Hey guys, it's Coop from Garage Gym Reviews. And today we are bringing you the best exercise bike. An exercise bike is pretty much any bike that you can do exercise on. Pretty scientific term there, but basically a bike that is designed to burn calories, and it's often stationary. And we've got quite a few categories. I do want to say, anytime we do a roundup, we break down and test all of the ones that we can get on the market. And so we've had our testers and our team of reviewers testing and putting tons and tons of meters and miles and other distances on those and just wearing them out so we can tell you which ones are the best. If you're into that sort of thing, and you should be, then you should make sure you subscribe, because we're gonna be doing more on other product categories just like this, including treadmills, barbells, dumbbells, you name it. Let me start with one that I think most people, at least for our channel and our subscribership, will use and abuse and understand, and that is the air bike. All right, there's a lot of air bikes that are out there, and we've actually broken down recently the best ones that are available. If you'd like to see that, make sure you hit the link below the like button. But this one has shifted over time, and most recently it shifted from the former Stalwart to the Fringe Sport Raptor bike. The problem is, Fringe Sport, as soon as we did the video review, bumped the price up $250. So it took it from this great value-driven bike that I recommended for everyone to a bike that I still recommend, but not nearly above the one that I've got behind me, because they're so similar. That is the Rogue Echo bike. For most people, the best air bike is still the Rogue Echo bike. This is somewhat annoying because it shows that companies really haven't done a whole lot to try and beat it. It's been like 5 years since this thing has come out, and there's still not anything out there that's like really pressing this thing. There's the Salt bikes, which we like, but there's still chain drives. There's the Schwinn 87, but it hasn't really been changed since like 10 years ago. This is still number one. Let me be clear, it is very good. For right now, this is the one that we recommend and we think is the best air bike. It's currently around $800, a little bit more. It fluctuates, it has free shipping. It has increased, just like all these bikes, dramatically over time. But for most people, if you're not in the real like budget category, this is the one we recommend. But if you're somebody that wants an air bike without arms, there's really only one choice, and it's a really dang good choice. That is this one. This is the Concept 2 Bike Erg. I really like the Bike Erg because it's bomb-proof and just works just like every other Concept 2 product. They're extremely simple products, extremely well-made products, very light products. You can put just as much abuse on these as you want. Everything is replaceable, and replaceable pretty cheaply. And the price on these is actually pretty good. This one is around $1,100, which is much more than it used to be. This can connect to Zwift and all of the different technology that's now available for cycling at home, so you can compete and beat other friends besides me, because you can't beat me. But the Concept 2 Bike Erg is a great machine, and I really like it. I don't think that it's necessarily better than the ones with arms. I think for most garage gym owners, those are the choice. But there's so many other bikes that are out there. So I'm gonna send it over to Caroline to talk about her pick for her favorite bike.
Hey guys, this is Caroline. I'm here today to talk about the Bowflex VeloCore, which is an interactive leaning bike that simulates outdoor riding. Obviously, what I'm sitting on right now is not the Bowflex VeloCore. I'm traveling from out of state to visit Coop, and it would not fit my carry-on. The price tag is about $2,200. So obviously that's not accessible for everybody. That's the first con I can bring up. I do like the leaning feature of the Bowflex. It's supposed to simulate outdoor riding. The thing I like about that is you can turn it on and off. So there's this big red button right about here. You can hit it pretty hard and you'll be able to go side to side. There's a giant screen. It's called Journey. It's JRNY. I used it for about 6 months, and it really wasn't my favorite, to be honest with you. I think the programming itself is okay. I think the instructors are average at best. It's nothing like Peloton. In terms of the leaning, do I think it's a little bit gimmicky? Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I kinda do. Kind of what you should expect for a bike's warranty is about 15 years to life on the frame of the bike. Like, you should expect that to last the longest. And something I am not super thrilled about with the Bowflex VeloCore, the frame warranty is only 2 years. I'm like, what the heck are you doing, guys? Something that really bothers me, basically they've blocked you into buying Journey programming, or at least subscribing for a period of time. If you're buying this thinking, oh, I'm gonna watch Netflix, I'm gonna watch Disney Plus, because those are apps that are available on the streaming service, you're not gonna be able to do it unless you buy the Journey programming. So if you're buying it for that, prepare to also pay a monthly fee, which is, I think it's around $19, which is comparable to iFit, comparable to Peloton. It's just the fact that you're paying for features that you think you're gonna get to use like all the time, regardless of if you purchase streaming, and you're just not. Something I actually really like about the Bowflex VeloCore, the levels of resistance. There's over 100 micro levels of resistance on the knob. The industry standard's about 12. And so this is like way better. Like you can get it cranked up so where you feel like you're climbing a freaking mountain. So would I choose this bike? I don't know. If I'm paying $2,200, what's most important to me? I think that's a question I would ask myself. For me personally, who's used Peloton and spent my own money paying for Peloton streaming, I do prefer the programming over that. Do I think the Bowflex VeloCore bike is more engaging and entertaining? Honestly, yes. So again, it's a trade-off. You have to decide what's most important to you and pick the bike that has the majority of those things.
Now, one bike that's come out and we've done a full review on and I just keep harping on because it's so good is the Carol bike. If I was to like package some conditioning tool and I could only have one, honestly, it would probably be Carol bike. It is pricey at around $2,300, $2,400. At a base price, it actually goes up from there. But if you're somebody who's just like, I want to spend the least amount of time on a bike but get the maximum benefit out of it, Carol bike is the one I'd recommend. It's made really well. It's research backed. The sprints are difficult. It's AI driven, so you don't have to think about anything. You literally just jump on, press a button, you're ready to go. I've seen other people use it. My wife is a perfect example. She doesn't love spending a lot of time on an exercise bike, doesn't particularly love training a lot and doesn't have the time to, but she enjoys Carol bike and uses it often because it removes the friction and allows you to not take a lot of time. So I would recommend Carol bike. But Carol bike is so expensive and I really like it, but I understand most people can't even get like close to that number in price to spend on just a bike. But if you're somebody that's like, what's the best budget stationary type bike? I'm gonna send it over to Anthony, one of our reviewers and testers, who's gonna talk about his budget pick for the best budget stationary bike.
Hey guys, it's Anthony from Garage and Reviews, product tester and fitness writer. Now, I think when most people hear the word budget, they think cheap and they think bad, and that's not true. Sunny Health and Fitness is a brand that gives you affordable exercise bikes, but there's still a lot to like about them. And yeah, there's gonna be some trade-offs and we'll get into that, but I have two examples right here. This one's a Synergy Magnetic, it's about $500, and this one is the B1002 belt drive bike. This one's about $350 on Amazon. And I think most people are gonna be fine going for this one right here. Again, $350, not that much money for an exercise bike, but still really good. 49-pound flywheel. It's gonna give you a nice, smooth, quiet ride, micro adjustable resistance, adjustable toe cage pedals. The seat can be adjusted 4 ways, front, back, and side to side. This bike is one of the most reviewed exercise bikes on Amazon. 9,000 plus reviews. It still has a 4.4 average rating. Now, should you base which exercise bike you get off of that? No, but I also think there's something to the fact that not that many people can be wrong. Now, as I said, there are some trade-offs when you buy a budget bike. Number one, you're gonna be getting less durable material. As you can see, there's a good amount of plastic on this compared to the steel that you see on some more expensive, more durable exercise bikes. Flywheel's not the best. As I said, it's pretty heavy, but you can get better. And then just like the seat's not as comfortable as you get on other bikes. Another thing too is it's not quite as stable as some other exercise bikes. Again, that's just due to the fact that it's made with some cheaper materials. You can also see here the welding is just like not the prettiest in the world, but I'm okay with that. Like that's not a problem. What I'm really concerned about is, can I get a good workout on this thing? Is it gonna give me a challenge? And the answer to both of those is yes. As with anything, you're gonna get what you pay for, but if your budget is on the lower end, or maybe you spend your money elsewhere on other home gym equipment and you still need an exercise bike, I think you're still gonna get a great cardio workout with this thing.
All right, the last bike that I want to talk about, it's like the elephant in the room. I feel like we haven't done a ton of content on it. They are the gold standard. They're the ones that pretty much every exercise bike is competing against. Honestly, it's probably the exercise product, just general fitness product, that has gotten the most popularity in the general public. I think outside of, can you think of any other product that gets close to this one? I don't think so either. Shake weight, it's close, but that's the Peloton bike. And Peloton bike, I want to be clear, is very dang good. It is very good. And it's not so good because like The hardware is great, although it's very aesthetically pleasing. Like, you can tell they put some time into the design. It is a iconic design at this point. It's beautiful. I love the blacks and the reds, the little see-through transparent colors. But the actual hardware is not that great. It uses a belt drive, but it's not something like a Kaiser M3i or something that you'd find in a real high-end commercial studio. But what makes Peloton so freaking good is that the classes and the experience is immersive. It makes you feel like you're literally in a cycling studio. The difference is you're not getting sweated on by the person next to you. You're not having to smell the fumes of other people in the room, and you can just focus on you training. It tracks all your metrics. There's a leaderboard where you compete against people. This has been talked about ad nauseum by everybody in the media. There's so many people that love Peloton, and I'm one of them as well. That's not to say it's the only and best option. There are a lot of Peloton options and offerings and competitors that are out there. And in fact, I'm ending with this because I want to spur you on to subscribe, because we're going to be doing comparison to all the alternatives to Peloton, as well as a breakdown on Peloton and why it's so good and why there may be some competitors that are getting very dang close. All right, this is Coop from Garage Gym Reviews. We've given you some of our favorite picks. What do you think? Is there one out there that you like better than the one that we've chosen? Maybe is there some that we've overlooked? Let me know in the comments. We'll see you next time. Peace.